So, what if I told you there's a single psychological trigger that could completely flip the script on how you get clients? I'm serious. Instead of you constantly chasing them, they start chasing you. It is such a powerful shift, and I'm going to break down exactly how it works.
Okay, so it all boils down to this thing called psychological reactance. But, that sounds kind of academic, so I just call it the red button effect. It's simple, right? Picture this. You walk into a room and there's a huge shiny red button with a sign that says, "Do not press." What is the one thing, the only thing you can think about doing? You want to press that button. That feeling, that powerful urge, that's reactance. The second we feel like our freedom to choose is being threatened, our brains just go into overdrive to get that freedom back.
So how in the world does a red button help you get clients? Well, it helps us fix one of the most draining parts of being in business, the endless chase. Most of us, we spend all our time and energy trying to convince people to hire us. But what if we just stopped? What if, instead of chasing, we were the ones who got to do the choosing?
Let's just look at the side-by-side here, because it's a huge difference. The old way, you're chasing. You're trying to convince them you're worthy. You're the salesperson. And honestly, when you're chasing, you're already in a weak position. But the new way? Oh, this flips everything. Now, they are trying to convince you that they're a good fit. You're not the salesperson anymore. You're the gatekeeper. And they? Well, they are the ones doing the chasing.
This whole idea is what we can call the gatekeeper method. And listen, this isn't about some clever sales script or a new closing trick. It is a fundamental mindset shift. You stop being the one trying to get in the door, and you become the person standing at the door, deciding who gets in. Think of it like you're running the world's most exclusive club.
And this is absolutely crucial. This is not about creating fake scarcity. That whole, "I only have 2 spots left" line that everyone can see right through. Prospects are smart. They can smell that a mile away. No, this is about creating real selectivity. It's about you having genuine standards for who you work with. You know who you can help the most, and you're just not willing to compromise on that.
Okay, so how do you actually do this? It's really just 2 simple steps. First, you just imply that there's a qualification process. You could say something casual like, "Hey, before we get started, I just want to make sure we're actually a good fit for each other. My approach gets great results, but honestly, it's not for everyone." See? You've just planted a seed of doubt. Then, step 2, you reveal your criteria. You spell out exactly what your ideal client looks like. You're setting the bar they now have to clear. And when you do that, something incredible happens inside the client's head. The entire power dynamic just flips on a dime. You're no longer just another person they could hire. You've instantly become a prize that has to be won. And the psychology here is it's the whole secret. Because think about it. The very second a person feels like they're the one being evaluated, the moment they think they might not qualify for something, their entire inner monologue just changes. They completely stop asking the normal buyer's question, which is, do I want this? Is this worth the price? That old way of thinking, that frame of mind, it just evaporates. And it gets replaced with this one simple question. Am I good enough for this? That's it. That is the game-changing, world-altering shift. All of a sudden, they're not evaluating you anymore. They are focused on proving their worth to you. And just like that, you have all the power. This is exactly what happens when you go from being the salesperson to being the gatekeeper. You create a situation where clients value you and your work so much more, not because what you offer has changed, but because the challenge of being chosen makes it infinitely more desirable. So what do you think? Are you ready to flip the script?